Joining me now is Erin Murphy, Des Moines bureau chief with the Gazette. Erin, great to speak with you again. First, let's just talk about why courting the religious vote as a whole is so important to these candidates, particularly in Iowa.
Well, it's for one very simple reason. It's because that constituency turns out in very strong numbers, especially in these Republican primary type elections, or as we're talking about now, the Iowa Republican caucuses. That group comes out in big numbers, in high percentages, and they make up a big share of that caucus electorate. So that's why they are critical. Their support is critical for anyone who wants to come out of Iowa with any kind of success or momentum.
All right, well, that makes sense, Erin. And I just asked you about the religious vote as a whole, but let's really focus in on the evangelical voter specifically. How does the evangelical GOP voter differ from the general GOP voter there in Iowa?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if it's a huge difference between those blocks, but obviously the one thing is the evangelical voters are looking for a candidate who will speak to their faith and make a connection with those voters in that way. And I think that to the candidates that you played clips of just before this were perfectly appropriate. And Senator Tim Scott and former Vice President Mike Pence, those are two, and they all have to some degree, but those two in particular very much lean into talking about their faith and how it's formed them as men and as political officials whenever they've been in Iowa.
Really, certainly catering or certainly trying to nod to that base. Erin, we know Mike Pence is set to announce his candidacy in Iowa. Do you think he's going to best know how to court these evangelical voters? I mean, does he maybe have an edge compared to some of these other GOP candidates?
Well, I mean, former Vice President Pence certainly has an edge, if for nothing else, with familiarity with Iowa. He obviously was here throughout the first term of the Trump administration and has been to Iowa multiple times as a potential candidate, and now obviously will be more. So he is no stranger to Iowa. So at the very least, he's a well-known commodity here. The challenge for him will be threading that line between aligning himself to the Trump administration and all the things that Iowa Republicans like that happened policy-wise during those 4 years, but also separating himself from the former president and his sort of legal issues and other drama that come with him. That's kind of the narrow lane that Mike Pence has to try and squeeze himself into here.
And as I always say, I mean, here we are. It's just early June. We still have so much time. We will certainly see what happens as it all plays out. Erin, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.